Good Wednesday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversational Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, it's only Wednesday, but it's also the end of the month of March. I hope you guys are having a great week, and more importantly, had a great month. I know that I did. A lot coming up in April. I'll be filling you guys in on that. For today, though, we of course have your news headlines. We have the truth of the day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and in today's entertainment spotlight, you being part of my conversation with living legend Dionne Warwick. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversational Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Wednesday headlines. In national news, as onlookers pleaded with Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin to take his knee off George Floyd's neck, Chauvin just gave them a cold and heartless stare. The teenager who shot the harrowing video of the arrest testified on Tuesday at Chauvin's murder trial. In tearful testimony, the 18-year-old said that Chauvin continued to kneel on Floyd and that one of the fellow officers held the crowd back and begged repeatedly to check Floyd's pulse. They definitely put their hands on the mace and we all pulled back, said the individual. The witness said of Chauvin, he just stared at us, looked at us. He had like this cold look, heartless. He didn't care. It seemed as if he didn't care what we were saying. Floyd's death last May, along with the video of the man pleading that he couldn't breathe and onlookers angrily yelling at the police officer to get off him, triggered sometimes violent protests around the world and a reckoning over racism and police brutality around the United States. The witness testified that they began recording the scene because it wasn't right. He was suffering. He was in pain. The witness said they had walked to a convenience store with their 9-year-old cousin when they came upon the officers and sent the girl inside because she didn't want her to see a man terrified, scared, and begging for his life. The witness breathed heavily and wept as they viewed pictures of Chauvin kneeling on Floyd, and after a prosecutor asked them to describe how the encounter changed their life, they said they looked at their father and other black men in their life and how that could have been one of them. In more national news, video shows vicious attack of Asian American woman in New York City. A vicious attack on an Asian American woman near New York City's Times Square is drawing widespread condemnation and raising alarms about the failure of bystanders to intervene amid a rash of anti-Asian violence across the U.S. A lone assailant was seen on surveillance video Monday kicking the 65-year-old woman in the stomach, knocking her to the ground, and stomping on her face, all as police say he shouted anti-Asian slurs at her. The attack happened outside an apartment building 2 blocks from Times Square, a bustling, heavily policed section of Midtown Manhattan known as the crossroads of the world. 2 workers inside the building, who appeared to be security guards, were seen on the video witnessing the attack, but failing to come to the woman's aid. Their union said they called for help immediately. The attacker was able to casually walk away while onlookers watched, the video showed. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio called the video of the attack absolutely disgusting and outrageous and said it was absolutely unacceptable the witnesses did not intervene. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do. You've got to help our fellow New Yorker, de Blasio said Tuesday at his news briefing. In more national news, President Biden rolls out diverse first slate of judicial nominees. President Joe Biden on Tuesday nominated a racially diverse and overwhelmingly female group to federal and other judgeships, including 3 black women for the U.S. Courts of Appeals, one pathway to the Supreme Court. Biden promised as a candidate to nominate an African-American woman to serve on the nation's highest court should a seat open up during his term. With the announcement of his first slate of judicial nominees, Biden signaled his intent to counter his predecessor's reliance on white men to fill openings on the federal bench and to appoint judges who bring a broader range of background and life experience to the role. Several of Biden's nominees served as public defenders. One is a former military prosecutor. 9 of the 11 are women. The slate also includes a nominee for the Superior Court of the District of Columbia. And finally, in entertainment news, Ariana Grundy joins The Voice for season 21 as a coach. The Voice is switching their positions for Ariana Grande. The pop star is taking her seat in the coach's chair later this year. NBC said on Tuesday that Grundy will join the Emmy-winning series for its fall 2021 cycle. Grundy will be joined by Blake Shelton, Kelly Clarkson, and John Legend. The 20th season of The Voice is currently on air and features those 3 singers along with Nick Jonas. I'm so honored and excited to join the Voice family. I've been a huge fan of the show for such a long time. I can't wait to go head-to-head with the incredible coaches, get to know these new artists, and help to take their craft to the next level, Grundy said in the statement. The Grammy-winning star has topped the Billboard chart since she released her debut album in 2013. Her hits include Positions, Thank You Next, No Tears Left to Cry, Problem, and The Way. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Mary Ellen, take it away.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. See your many opportunities for advancement and fulfillment. Many of you may feel stuck in a rut right now due to the many issues that are surrounding our planet. However, you can unstick yourself by doing something new. Explore unfamiliar worlds of knowledge. Challenge yourself to read unfamiliar books. Watch educational or historical documentaries to broaden your horizons. Search the Internet for opportunities to aid you toward achieving a new level of success for yourself and or your product. These inquiries you seek will not only add to your fulfillment, they will also give you a new path to follow toward success. God has given you this time, this opportunity to advance yourself. Be sure you take advantage of it. Today, expand your horizons to once again approach life with excitement and enthusiasm. And remember, enjoy the day.
Miss Dionne Warwick is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. The one and only Dionne Warwick rejoined me on Conversations Live, the radio show, recently to talk about her amazing success and what's been coming for her in 2021. Here's a bit of our conversation. You started off 2021 with a lot of great things. We had an audience question come in about that, and I want to ask you about that. C/Houston asks, how does it feel to have Miss Warwick nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? So let's talk about that. In February, you got that news. What was it like for you to hear?
It was surprising, I must say. I understand that the criteria for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is at least 25 years in the industry. Well, it took them 25 more years before they realized, oh, she's been in the industry that long. But it's wonderful to have been thought of, to even be nominated. Hopefully enough people will think I deserve being there by voting. And if that occurs, I'll be thrilled about it, of course. But it's nice to know something thought of in that vernacular.
Well, you have impacted the lives of so many people, Ms. Warwick. The first time you were on our program, we had a audience member join us. I don't expect you to remember this, but she was talking about she actually learned English because of your music, and you actually shared that that's one of the things you've heard so much from people. What has it been like for you to think about the impact you've had on the lives of people just through the music you've created?
I love it. I am so overwhelmed with joy and pride in that, first of all, people think of me in the way that they do. You know, it's an awesome feeling to be a part of the smile times in people's lives. And I seem to have been that for a lot of people, which is truly sometimes just overwhelming. You know, it's like, whoa, really? You know, but to know that I have affected people through my music in a joyous way. There's nothing else I can possibly say about it other than it's thrilling.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys on tomorrow as we begin a brand new month, welcoming in the month of April. And believe me, you don't want to be a fool on that day. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make it a great one.